That was one of the worst claps I've had.
Easily one of the worst claps.
Very good. The video was good, but I'm not going to include the video. Maybe
Yeah.
for this clap, I'll include the video and not the sound.
Right. I'm
not going to do that.
Yeah, it's just not. It wasn't good. It didn't feel like your heart was in it.
You want to know why? It wasn't.
It wasn't in it. You're ahead. You're not in the moment.
I'm just going ahead. I'm
Right.
I'm an hour ahead. I'm trying to know what bits I'm going to do for this.
Right. And I think the clap dictates, the mood of the pod. So already we're off to a bad start.
I'll tell you one thing. I had a great clap with Kirschenbaum. Those metrics didn't work out.
Maybe you should just start greasing up your hands for these claps. Just get them real bad. Just start wearing mittens.
Yeah, try to infiltrate the pod from the get-go.
Yeah. Worse the clap, better the episode's going to do. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's what it's going to be. Get your Bernie mittens on and just fucking get the worst possible clap.
You have a Bernie coat.
I do have a Bernie coat.
You have a very Bernie coat.
That's a textbook Bernie coat.
That's a textbook Bern quote.
It's a Columbia, which sounds like...
That sounds nice.
Sounds like something in Vermont. Even it's probably a Vermont company.
I think it's Collison. I think it's Colorado, Columbia, but I'm not sure. Vermont was just there, Killington, Vermont.
It's probably, I can't guarantee this, but it's probably not Columbia.
I would say no.
I
would guess
it's one of
not.
those. Probably not. I'm gonna give a strong probably not.
And also, if Columbia wants to sponsor us, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Also, we'll fight Tim Dillon.
Yeah. This is textbook how we're trying to get sponsors. We're addressing a jacket, but we will not show this jacket on camera.
We will not show it. Also, we had a certain brand of coffee if they'd like to.
Yeah.
If they'd like to sponsor.
Yeah.
You could go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you who. You have to guess.
Yeah.
Email me.
Yeah.
That you want to sponsor us, and they'll tell you who it is.
We'll give you a hint. It's the most widely available coffee. Not gonna say.
You can figure it out from there.
You can figure it out. So we're not talking about my Columbia jacket. I'm not going to show you that Columbia jacket. You're just going to have to look up photos of Bernie and think on it.
Fuck you.
Columbia, fight us.
I can't fight the nation of Columbia.
Oh, yeah, right. Or Columbia, Colorado.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on the altitude.
Right.
The fight's at.
Yeah, you're going to get winded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be real
I stand
out
a
of breath.
fighting chance if it's by the sea. But if it's anywhere else,
you're going to have to take a break on the way to the fight.
I'll tell you one thing. I went skiing and we were a little too high of altitude. I was a little short of breath. So what did I do? I got some chicken fingers and french fries.
Offset the lack of oxygen with chicken fingers and french fries.
Correct. That's what I tried to do.
I think that's very smart. I think that's a smart thing to do.
And also, I'll get ahead and say it now. The news is out there. So I did get fired from my job.
Wow.
Got fired from my job. And for people that don't know, how I'm able to afford this apartment and the equipment and everything was from my job. Sure. What was my job? I was counting the bodies at nursing homes for Cuomo.
Ooh.
That was my job.
Wow.
And news came, they fired me.
Sure. Yeah.
And what I have to say to that is, are you perfect? That's what I have to say to that. Are you perfect?
Yeah.
With this, so I was a couple thousand off.
Yeah, you got a little carried away counting on your piggies, on your digits. You got a little carried away with your digits.
Right. Well, here's a little industry term. For every 1,000 elderly, that is one bingo hall. So I missed a couple bingo halls.
Yeah, you were a couple bingo halls short of a home.
And what, I'm wrong? And I'm the enemy here? Listen, it happens. It happens. People miscount all the time. I went to Cuomo during the summer. I said, listen, we're $15 billion in debt. Right. What are we going to do? He goes, $15 billion in debt? We got dead old people left and right over here. I said, you want me to look at that? He goes, I'm just going to throw everyone off. That's when he threw the Band-Aids on his nipples.
Right.
Was that after that conversation I had with him?
Yeah, right. It wasn't your recommendation? He just did that on his own?
I was like, you want me to cook the books for the old people? He's like, just cook the old people. We'll figure out the books later.
Yeah. He's peeling off the Band-Aid. You're like, what are you using that for? He's like, you'll see. You're going to see.
And let me tell you something. That's when I knew this man was a genius.
Yeah.
That's when I knew. And then after that, they said, you know what? We're going to nominate him for an Emmy. Yeah. That's when the Emmy nod came in. And I said, give him an Emmy.
Yeah.
Give him a Tony also, because this is theater, baby.
The production, the wow, the pizzazz. There's a lot of pizzazz.
Absolutely amazing. Oh my God.
Exceptional amount of pizzazz. So I'm honestly the first bit, the very very beginning, completely out of the loop. I don't understand. Was he 1,000 short? Did he claim 1,000?
Oh yeah, they're off by about 50%. Of how many old people. So they said how many old people died. They're actually off by between 40 and 50%.
Meaning that it's
40 and 50% more.
Double.
Well,
what it would currently be.
So say it's 100, it would be 150.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got it. It's one of those 200% and 50%. Always,
I hear you.
Always confuse me a little bit.
That's the problem.
That's why I'm a visual guy.
No, I hear you. You got your drawing, your
drawing
landscape.
Yeah. You need me to draw 50%? I can do that.
He could do that.
Yeah.
So that's, and also I don't know if you knew this. I wrote a play for Cuomo.
Did you?
To get him nominated for a Tony.
Did you?
I called it Christmas Without Nana. That was the title of the play.
Yeah.
And they said, we can't do this. And I said, why not? And they said, because it's Hamilton. You just rewrote Hamilton. But everyone's grandma played Alexander Hamilton.
And I'm the damn fool who infected her. That's a great.
Why do you think?
As somebody who hasn't watched Hamilton yet, that's a good bit.
It's a funny bit.
Yeah. You haven't watched it yet, have you?
No.
Yeah. It's
No.
a funny bit. Yeah. Okay. So you're writing musicals. You're counting. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot in the inner circle of Cuomo.
Right. Well, I think the worst thing about this whole messing up the numbers for the elderly, I think we could all agree, the worst part, he's going to have to rewrite the book.
What book is that?
Do you not know?
No.
He wrote a book on how he conquered COVID.
Oh.
Came out months ago.
Does he not know that it's still going on?
I thought he was going to throw a fucking another Band-Aid on his nipples and be like, nah, throw him off more. Hey, I released the book, but also the nipples. Imagine that's all the book talks about is how he put Band-Aids on his nipples.
He should do a follow-up book that's just called "Remember When Everyone Liked Me?" A whole bunch.
They still do. He's at 70%.
I mean,
approval.
Oh, I'm sure. Like politically, he's doing well. It's just a lot of people that I talk to. They're just like, Cuomo. You know, like they're like
not doing great.
Yeah, they're like, it's a leap and it's a step above. I think a lot of. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it is now, but it seemed to be a step above a lot of governors' responses to it. Fine. But now it just seems to be the more that it comes out about him, it's more like, okay. Apparently, you have to do a lot to be considered a shitty governor.
That's what we're learning.
From
learning.
This. You have to do an insane amount of negative things for the state or the country to be like, you're bad at being a governor.
Right. I think it's mainly because people don't really know what governors do.
Right.
Presidents are very up. They could be criticized a lot.
Yeah.
And then people are like, wait, what's the difference between a governor and a senator?
Yeah.
And then they're like,
right.
Everyone's doing great.
Right.
Because I don't really know what you do.
Right.
Or what you do.
Right.
So.
Right. Like
if
a governor showed up and used a punch card in the Senate, they'd be like, okay, he's clocking hours in the Senate. Like, I would believe that could be a thing.
Governors don't go to the Senate. Senators go to the Senate.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if Cuomo popped into the Senate and was just like, hey, I just want to do a day up here in the Senate and just did it, I don't think I would blink an eye. I would not be like, oh, that's shocking. I would go with
Can that even happen?
I don't know. I don't think so. That's what I'm saying is that the overlap here is like, I would not be shocked to learn that could happen. But also, I am suspicious of dentists, so that's
right. That's a whole.
I got a conspiracy theory against dentists.
Bag of hammers right there.
I'm starting Teethanon.
That's funny. That's very funny.
We're storming the dentist.
All the dental stocks skyrocket is because Taylor's been on fucking Reddit. You just tell people buy all the dental stocks. Yeah. Buy Trident. Yeah. I don't even know if that's a stock.
3 months from now, you're gonna find me in a dentist in Williamsburg dressed as the shaman. Just fucking toppling over shit like, where are the documents?
You're just taking everyone's x-rays. That's funny.
It's great. It's a good time.
Well, I'm gonna try to do that Cuomo bit. I'm doing my first show from a stage tomorrow, Taylor.
Whoa.
First show from a stage at Governor's Comedy Club, Long Island.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Indoors?
Listen to this, you beanie wearing douche.
There you go.
I was trying to figure out what the hat was called.
Yes. You soft non-brim hat.
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot there for a second. It's a beanie. This is I'm going to be performing on the stage. They'll be recording me with a camera. The recording goes on Zoom, and then the rest of the comics are the audience. Which to me, I feel like...
So it's an open mic on Zoom, but you're in person?
Exactly, and people will pay money to get the Zoom link. And also, why do I have to do this from the club? Why can't I do this from home?
Yeah.
Why do I have to go to Long Island, to your shit club?
Yeah, why can't you just log into Zoom? This is a link.
This is very much a link.
It's one of the, it could have been an email. It could have been a Zoom link.
Easily could be a Zoom link.
That's
people
insane.
are doing this all the time. Why do I have to be at the club? You think people that are paying for this care about authenticity?
Yeah.
These are trash people.
Well, what I think the comedy club of the future is, you know those the Segways with the stick that has the iPad on it?
You think, yeah.
It's just going to be a dozen of those in a room, and it's just going to be people who are kind of like shifting around and just kind of like moving around. Most of them are going to be paying attention, but there's going to be a couple of them who are like bumping into each other for fun. Yeah, I think that's what you have to look forward to in comedy in the future. I would say that's only a little bit better than what you have to do this weekend. That sounds
apparently
terrible.
The video, like, they're all going to be muted, so there's like no interaction. I don't know.
Well, but you're still, are you going to get any satisfaction from the crowd? I mean, I'm not saying generally because you're not, but I'm saying, is there any potential, like, if you kill, are you going to hear them laughing?
I'll hear the room of people. If there are people in the room, if my friends will be there laughing.
Oh, it's like a bringer?
No, it's like the comics, so it's going to be me.
Oh, the comics there. Oh,
me,
okay.
Kyle Mara,
I thought
Nate
you were
Planner.
I thought you were like bringing a friend or something.
No, it's like 8 of us on the lineup. Which why do we have to have 8 people on a lineup? Can we enough with the 8 people on a lineup, Taylor?
Yeah.
Let's get 4 people. We're in and out. Everyone do 20 and call it a day.
Right.
Why do we have to have 9 people on and I have to do 8 minutes and then hear other people make jokes about fucking improv when regular people don't know what even improv is?
It's like,
what are we doing?
It's like the church service that's like 4 hours long, and it's like just another person coming up to read something. It's like, come on.
Oh, yeah, like a funeral?
Yeah, like a funeral. Like, enough already.
We get it. He was a good guy.
They're all good guys. Everybody who dies is a good guy. That's apparently what I've learned about funerals.
Right.
That's great.
And this is basically a funeral for comedy happening tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I'm releasing this on Monday, so it doesn't matter. Why am I going to plug the show?
You should drop in the link to the video
to the Zoom. I don't even have it because I have to fucking show up.
Yeah, but they're gonna release a recording of it, aren't they?
No, it's just live and that's it, babe.
But every Zoom gets recorded by somebody.
Not unless you hit record.
Unbelievable.
Listen, we have to realize we're dealing with Governor's Comedy Club.
It's one of 2 functions on Zoom, which is you can talk and you can record. And they're like, well, let's only do half of that.
No, let's do a quarter of it because the audience can't even talk.
Oh, you should be able to get heckled. You should be able to
just heckled.
Heckle cam.
No positives.
Yeah, there should be a heckle cam where it's like somebody who's talking on the Zoom link and you're just like, shut the fuck up. Like they're just having a conversation with their wife and it's like, shut up.
They forgot to turn their mic off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, it's going to be a fucking nightmare, this show.
That sounds terrible. You guys should just be able to just record a set.
I couldn't agree more. If this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You really have to see me. You might know this next guy from Barstool. None of these people know what Barstool is. They're 55 years old. They live in the South Shore of Long Island.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's going on.
I truly think at this point you could get away with sitting in your room, standing in your room, doing your set, and then editing in laughs. Like doing a laugh track of your set and releasing it, and people will probably find that more engaging as content than going onto a Zoom to see somebody try to do stand-up.
Couldn't agree more.
I think you should try it. I would love to see you have like a tight 5 where it's like you've just done like Friends, like you did like Friends laugh track over your bits.
Right.
Hilarious. I think that would be so fucking funny.
I would just do one joke and have 4 minutes and 50 seconds of laugh.
Yes, exactly. That'd be so funny.
And do a few like woo, like when the 2 people kiss, just woo, and then back to laughter, and then a gasp. Like the audience is reacting to itself. It starts, but you can't see the audience. It's just me. Like,
yeah.
I would win every competition.
You'd crush. You'd crush.
Tom Luciano just did the San Diego Comedy Festival
From
his house.
Over Zoom.
Tom Luciano participated in the San Diego Comedy Fest with
that's what
Taylor
you gotta
Yarish.
do. That's what you got to do. You just got to aim for the moon at this point of Zoom calls. You just got to aim for the Zoom moon, like whatever, just for laughs. Be like, fuck it, I'll be on your Zoom call. I don't care. Right. It's gonna be the same thing. You just get to say, yeah, I was on just for laughs.
Well, Tom was gonna go to San Diego if he gets in. Then he realized that they're just Zoom shows, and then he was almost late to the Zoom show. So I was like, all right. So that really backfired, huh?
Zoom show. What
I don't know. I'll tell you what he wasn't doing. Getting a haircut. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking. All right.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. I have to have, it's my grandfather's birthday, and I have to go and get lunch for his birthday tomorrow. Lives in Queens, so we can't eat indoors.
Great.
So there's that. The place we made a reservation, their tent blew over today. I was like, what is this? How does your tent blow over? What is this, the Great Plains?
That's such a, like, funny bit of, like, we're tiptoeing to the apocalypse. Like, that would be such a funny, like, we're in a shanty town where everything's like a tarp city. And it's like, well, sorry, my tent blew away, so I cannot feed you today.
I can't serve you goulash because
no gruel. Gruel's off the menu. The tent blew away.
I can't believe it. So
That's
gonna
so funny.
suck. But good thing that we get indoor dining back on Valentine's Day.
That's great. Big news, and this is a callback to episode 1.
Oh
yes, Shar has made plans for Valentine's Day at this pool hall.
That's by far
yeah.
the trashiest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's a BYOB pool hall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You are trash.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to show up with our own food, our own beer. We get a little bubble with a pool table, and we just get to fucking play for hours. That's our date. That's what we're doing. And when I tell you that, like, next to, if you were like, hey, you get to see your mom in person for the first time in over a year.
Right.
And you get to go play pool. I promise you that the dopamine in my brain is releasing the same amount of chemicals. Like, I am the same level of happy at both of those things. Don't tell my mom if she's watching.
No, tell her.
Yeah, tell my mom. Tell my mom. But if you were like, hey, you get to go play pool, I'd be like, ha!
Where is this?
It's in Williamsburg. It's like down the street from us. Apparently, it's been there the whole time, and they've been doing like safe indoor thing. It's because they don't have food. They're not doing food or beverage, so they can have people inside.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So it's just a place that has pool tables.
Yeah. Do you not?
I'm familiar with a pool hall, but I assume that's drinks and I assume no food at a pool hall because then you get onto the table.
No, Amsterdam,
with the felt.
They do a lot of very tiny bar railings, like around the outside. Like they section things off, and they'll have.
Amsterdam's the one by Union Square.
Amsterdam's the one by Union Square, and then there's Society Billiards, which is just south of the Flatiron.
Okay.
And that does like really sectioned off, like, and there's like little tabletops away from the pool table where they put all the food. They're very clear. Like, if you're walking into a pool hall, you have some semblance of how to respect a table. It's not a Chuck E. Cheese pool table.
You might be able to respect the table. I don't know anyone that goes to pool halls regularly and respects themselves. I don't know anyone that's doing well and it's like, oh, what's your hobby? I go to pool halls.
Yeah.
No one. What did I say?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, so that's to me, that's the biggest thing. But obviously the big thing to talk about is that I'm on a smoothie cleanse. I'm on the smoothie cleanse.
So just so I understand this correct, last time you were here, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I think maybe 2 weeks ago, you told me that you're looking to have a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
Drink a little less, eat a little bit better.
Yes.
So the solution to this is to go on a full raw vegan cleanse.
Well, now, when I told you raw smoothie vegan cleanse, that's what I was pitched. I was pitched that from Shar.
Okay.
But there are some caveats here. So.
Okay, so we're already not going with the plan.
Yeah. Which arguably is what you want anyway. When I told you this, you were like, don't do this. You were like, it's going to be bad for you. You're not going to like it. So any step down from that should please you. It should be good for you. But apparently you are allowed to have nuts. So
why wouldn't you be able to?
Well, oh, right. But I just assumed like a cleanse, like a juice cleanse, you would only have juice. You would just essentially only have juice, which I thought was I didn't think it was a good idea, but she was into it. Anyway, you can have smoothies, fruits, vegetables, nuts, but you can also, for some reason, you can have hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
And tuna fish. It's very like cult. It feels very like if I was around a group of people and we all agreed that this was the only thing that we were going to eat, I would feel like I was in a cult.
What you're pitching me is a bodega diet.
Yeah.
That's what you're pitching me.
Yeah.
You're like, instead of eating pizza, what we decided to do was close our eyes and get anything we touch in a bodega. And those things happen to be nuts, fruits, vegetables, hard-boiled eggs, and cans of tuna.
Yeah. So since Wednesday, because Tuesday we balled out for Char's birthday. We got sugarfish.
You got sugarfish?
Yeah.
Sugarfish, just so people know, located by Union Square, a little bit north of Union Square.
There's one in Soho. That's the one that we're talking about for this.
There's one in Soho?
There's a Soho one.
Well, I'll be a son of a bitch.
So what had happened was Char's birthday, the cleanse was to start right after her birthday. And so the morning of her birthday, I went out to Martha's Bakery. Are you familiar with it?
Very famous bakery.
Picked up some cheesecake at 7 o'clock in the morning.
You shouldn't be allowed to buy cheesecake at 7 in the morning. It should work like liquor.
The fact that it was even available at 7 o'clock in the morning was shocking. I was shocked.
It was not a fresh cheesecake, Taylor. You were not served a fresh cheesecake.
I think I was served the freshest cheesecake.
You
think that they bring out fresher ones later in the day?
Yeah, when they make them in the morning.
But don't some of the people, they started like, you know what? As somebody who has seen how the sausage gets made of bakery, I've been in the back of a bakery.
Yeah, you've been to someone who's used an oven? As someone who's seen my mom make cookies.
No, Char's parents owned a restaurant bakery, so like I saw how they were doing it in the background. A lot of the times, by the end of the day, they're already 90% done with their stuff for the following day. So they basically are done baking at night, and then they just do the final shit and send it out in the first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So it's not like they're like baking throughout the day. They're more like they do it at the end and at the beginning of the day. So I probably did get a fresh cheesecake.
No, because cheesecake takes like 8 hours to make, 12 hours to make. Yeah. There was no way they started at midnight.
So worst case scenario, I got day-old cheesecake from Martha's, which was still pretty good.
How much that cost you?
I got 3 slices, $22.
They do slice? You went by slice?
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy. It's the two of us, and we're starting a cleanse the next day. I'm not gonna buy a whole cheesecake and have like 3 bites of it and throw it away.
Let me tell you something. Next time, buy the whole cheesecake. 3 slice. Who was the third slice for? You share 1 slice?
No, what it was I got 2 New York style where they put the little cookie on top. I cannot tell you why that's the New York style, but it is.
I've never heard that in my life.
It's like a Nilla wafer that they threw on top of it. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Okay.
And then I found a cheesecake that was half cheesecake, half apple pie, and I was like, well, I just have to see what this is about.
So we can't buy the whole cheesecake because we're going on cleanses. But what we can do is buy 2 slices of cheesecake and 1 cheesecake apple pie
hybrid.
Oh my God. I think of like...
There's essentially 4 slices. It might as well have been 4 slices. Like the combination of those 2 was so over the top that I was like, all right, yeah. Yeah, we basically had 4 slices. We didn't eat the 3rd slice.
I think of like inbreeding. You just inbreeded pastry.
It's the donkey. It's the mule.
Right.
It's the mule. It can't genetically reproduce.
Right. It's a sterile piece of cake.
It's the cheesecake. The apple pie is like every moment I live is agony.
You're putting it out of its misery.
Yeah,
there was only 1 slice.
Yeah, kill me. So anyway, all this is to say that I was running errands. So like I cheesecake 7 o'clock in the morning on a Revel. It's like 40 degrees out because her birthday gift was showing up late and she was a little bit upset at me.
What was the gift?
I got her 2 purses off of that she picked out.
2 purses?
Yeah, she just wanted 2 bags.
Women love purses.
They love purses.
And then they love not having their IDs on them because it's in the other purse. That's what women love. There's nothing a woman loves more than that. Oh my God. The amount of times I've gone with the girl and they'll ask us for our IDs and they go, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I left it in my other purse.
And also,
Why?
And also the amount of times where they go, I don't know that I have it. Like that line.
How do you not know?
Yeah, right? Like just got it. It's this. You just do got it.
No, because they don't keep it in their wallet. That's what I learned.
I understand. They don't keep it in their wallet. They throw it behind their cell phone cases. They throw it into their bag. It's just a thing that they just it goes everywhere. It's got a lifestyle of its own, separate from everything else that is
Everything else in a woman's ecosystem.
Yeah.
I was in Saratoga. My girl, we went to a distillery, Cooperstown Distillery. Shout out, sponsor us.
Shout out.
And they asked for our IDs, and she was like, "Oh no, it's in my other purse." And I said, "It's not in your wallet." And then she said, "Why would it be in my wallet?" Like I was an asshole for even pitching the idea.
Shit. Yeah. What I don't understand is why can't, in the same way that the wallet. Caveat here: 2 white men about to try to understand women's problems. So
it's not women's problems. It's fucking stupid. Yeah. Keep your ID in your wallet.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, every night I take my wallet out of my pocket and put it down somewhere. So why can't women just take it out of their purse and just put the wallet that has everything just down somewhere, and then you pick it up and put it into your next purse?
But I think, and call us in if I'm correct with this, it's never in the wallet.
It's never in the wallet.
It's never in the wallet. That's the problem.
Shar behind her cell phone was her credit card and her ID, which was smart.
That's efficient.
In my opinion, probably arguably a better delivery system than the wallet, because if you lose the wallet, you're not going to lose your well, I don't know. You're more likely to lose one over the other. It just depends on who you are. Anyway, back to the thing. We got sugarfish. And how I got sugarfish for her birthday, was I ordered the sugarfish. They told me be here in like 20, 25 minutes. I got in an Uber, went out, scooped it up, 5 seconds, jumped back in the Uber, did a round trip, came back.
How much did that Uber cost?
$40.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's not that bad.
That's pretty good.
I mean, on top of $120 of sushi.
Sugarfish, right?
Yeah. It was like, I'm already balling out. Like, I'm already balling out for her birthday. Like, fuck it. I need to get this. It's a need to have.
Correct me if I'm wrong. She's turned 28.
Yeah.
This is too much for her 28th birthday.
I think so.
This is way too much.
In hindsight, yes.
Now, for 30th, where do you go? Where do you go from here?
Yeah, we had the potentially sad thought. It's not that big of a deal, but
if she dies by her 30th,
she won't get a birthday. No, the
that's not true on Facebook.
Yeah,
people die on Facebook and people keep posting.
They keep going.
They can't see it.
What was I gonna say? The next time we have a birthday in person, it'll probably be my 30th birthday. The next time I'm gonna have like an actual birthday party.
No, you're
I'm turning 29 of September. Yep. The odds of being able to have a group,
I think you'll be. You could do it in person, I think. I think we'll be. If it's outdoor, I think you could do like an outdoor get-together.
An outdoor get-together, but it's still going to be like COVID sensitive. You know, like...
Well, yeah, if you're a cuck.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
How's it going?
All right.
So anyway, day 3, cleanse, had a hard-boiled egg and tuna.
Today's day 3.
Today's day 3.
Okay.
I feel like a balloon that's slowly getting the air let out of it.
Okay.
In a good way. Like I feel like I don't.
That didn't sound good.
It didn't. It doesn't sound.
You are
good.
not pitching it to me.
No, and certainly I would not recommend this to anybody. It's more
of course, it's malnutrition.
I mean, kind of. If anything, it is nutrition. I'm having fruits and vegetables all day, and then protein.
You're kind of starving yourself
of what? Carbs?
What? You had a hard-boiled egg?
I had. Here's what I had for breakfast.
Run it down for me.
I had some blended up cashews to get some chunks, some little bits of cashew into the bowl, along with the tuna and then the hard-boiled egg, and I just gobbled that up because it's salt and it's protein, and I'm about that.
Gotcha. You just put salt as a major food group.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the pyramid.
All right. I don't know what period. Then again, you do design things. Yeah. You might have designed your own pyramid. They're like, no, salt's in the food group.
Yeah, right. Salt,
along with whiskey.
Yeah, salt, whiskey, boom, ready to go. And then throughout the day, I'll like eat a couple I'll like eat some cashews to like, not feel so hungry. Also, not feel super hungry. And then I blend up this big bag of like fruits, vegetables, kale, shit, whatever. And then that turns into my smoothie, and I just kind of sip on that throughout the day.
Gotcha. So you haven't had any whole foods?
Well, what would be a whole food?
Like a whole piece of fruit, a whole piece of...
Oh, I had baby carrots last night. I had some baby carrots.
Right now, you're preaching me a horse's diet.
But
horse plus.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't hate it. The truth is that I don't hate it because I'm able to still have coffee. It's a good excuse not to drink for 10 days.
It's a 10-day.
Yeah.
It's a 10-day venture.
Next Saturday, I'm going to be done with it.
So I'm going to catch you next week at the end.
Yeah, when my eyes are glowing red and I can levitate off the ground and I'm into the fourth dimension, fucking ready to go.
Okay, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, my hair is probably going to be a different color next time. I don't know. You have no
idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I was, the meme with like the people floating in space and like their brains are expanding outside of it.
Yes.
That was me like for day one of Juice Cleanse. Like that's what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like, fucking. I could see the universe. Fucking no.
And then what's the plan? Then Saturday hits and you're like, all right.
No, my takeaway here is not really eating healthy or whatever. It's take a step back from alcohol for a minute. I'm definitely going to continue to drink. It's not a big deal. But if I could take like one aspect of this and go forward, like if I have a smoothie more regularly, or if I'm like, oh, this protein and tuna thing, like the hard-boiled egg and tuna, really isn't that bad of a breakfast or whatever, it's not super unhealthy, then good. I'm hoping I can take away at least one thing that I could do consistently after it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
All
it.
right.
I have the lowest possible standards for this. And if I sleep a little better, that'd be tight. Shar tends to snore sometimes. So
that's what it is.
It's what it is.
Okay.
Just to, maybe it'll help her a little bit.
Not saying anything.
Yeah, that's right. Cut it.
I'm keeping it in.
Oh, God.
But okay.
Yeah.
Good. So we'll get an update next week.
Yep. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, one more real quick thing. Shar got a new iPhone, and as we were walking around waiting for Verizon to like update it for everything, we passed by this guy. He's like a street vendor selling jewelry in Williamsburg, and I only caught it in passing, but he was talking about it was the most insane rationale I've ever heard, which was he was talking about evictions in COVID. He was talking to his friend, and he was really upset. And he was like, I don't care what they say, they can't evict you. You can't get evicted. You could rape 5 babies.
He said that.
And they wouldn't evict you. And I have been thinking about that.
That's where you caught the conversation?
Yeah. We were just passing, and he's like, yeah, fucking evictions. They're not going to, you could rape 5 babies. And it's like, many questions. So many questions. Number one, how did you get to 5? How was 5 okay?
Because he's been pushing it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm on baby 4. Nothing. I'm going for 5. We're going to try 5.
It was the most like, okay, dude, I'll take your word for it.
How many women? You could do unlimited women. The women isn't a problem.
It's just the volume of babies is where they start to take notice. That's what I've noticed in COVID is the amount of babies that end up getting sexually assaulted.
I know one guy
to evictions.
I know one guy did 20 babies.
Yeah.
And he had to give a 30-day notice they had to leave. So
and I heard it affected his credit score a little bit. I heard it.
This guy has no idea what credit is. This guy's selling jewelry on the highway and talking about raping babies getting you kicked out.
It was just...
You think this guy has renter's insurance?
It was just truly like... It was like, one of those like... You're pretty confident in how your day's going, and then it's just... Boop! It's just one big spike in like... I got adrenaline pumping now. Like, what was that guy talking about?
I want to know how the other guy reacted. And he was like, 5 babies, you don't say.
You don't say.
5 babies?
Yeah. Well, his friends seemed to be concerned before he said that. And then he probably was like, oh, well, okay, I'm a little less worried now. Because I planned on raping no babies at all in COVID. I had no context for that. I was just worried about paying rent, so I guess I'm fine.
What if this guy's job was to rape babies?
Who would have hired? What kind of company would hire somebody
I don't
like
know
that?
if you've heard of a place called Epstein's Island.
Unbelievable.
But there
damn
seems to be a market. Seems to be a thing people are into.
Yeah. The Epstein workers are now hawking jewelry in Williamsburg. That's where
This guy has a beautiful apartment. He's like, they can't kick me out. I rape babies for Epstein. Do you know who my boss is? Ghislaine Maxwell, baby. That's who. You want her phone number? Call Guantanamo.
Yeah, is she in Gitmo? She's not in Gitmo.
No, she's in. It's a high security prison. I forgot.
Yeah. I thought, for some reason, I didn't think that she was in the U.S. anymore.
No, she's in the U.S. because she got caught in New Hampshire or Vermont, and then she was brought. I think she might be in the city.
She
the
in
city
Rikers?
maximal security. It's not right. I'm gonna have to call us in. But did you see this week? She had her first court appearance, and they asked if she wanted to make a statement, and she looked at the jury and said, "There's not enough Black or Hispanic people on the jury." And I was like, "What a flip!" Giselaine's like, "You're gonna take me down? Not enough Black or brown people. You deal with the consequences."
How about that, society? Just looking at the camera, yeah, you see what's going on. My thing doesn't look so bad anymore, huh?
I might have raped a couple hundred children, but they were diverse.
I might have been the organizational person for a ring of sex trafficking, but I'm at least about equality. That's what I'm saying.
Your Honor, if you look at all the children I've raped, they are all of all colors and sizes. So I just want to say I'm also body positive.
Yeah.
I'm also body positive when I
damn it.
rape children.
No.
So that's a good person, Ghislaine. That's the person we should follow.
That's a good person. Yeah, fuck that person. Okay, yeah, those were really the big things that I wanted to get off here. I just wanted to talk about that insane thing I heard on the street. Sugarfish was delicious.
Oh, it always is.
Yeah, we inhaled it. And then now it's, it was like, I'm just thinking fondly on that sushi. Now that I'm 3 days into the
very
cleanse.
good.
72 hours into the cleanse. It feels saying cleanse seems weird. Borderline villainous.
Well, just because 2 types of people like to cleanse. Vegans and Nazis.
No.
That's who likes to cleanse.
I promise I'm on the vegan side.
All I'm saying is Taylor has never shown the tattoos on his back.
No.
All right, here we go. Here we go, baby. We're doing it.
Oh, and then one other thing that I think that you would like to hear about. Shar brought this, maybe the best. It's a video. It's an image. One of the best items off of Amazon. It's a little. It's an burp. Sorry. It's an arm thing that attaches to my bedside table.
To hold your phone?
Yeah, to hold your phone, but it's like strong on there, so it'll just like stay in position, and I can connect my Nintendo Switch to it, and so now I just kind of like
You've gotten lazier.
I've gotten so much lazier.
So you've decreased your activity, which is already at a minimum.
Super low. I found a way to not have to hold my hands up like this in the nighttime playing Switch.
Yeah, you will use less muscularity.
I have been so excited to go to bed. I just hop into bed like a fucking coma patient and just like I just keep my head turned like this and just am just playing until like midnight.
I don't think you know what coma patients go through.
Coma patients in the sense of laying completely still. But yes, no, you're right. That's terrible comparison. Somebody in a sick bed, somebody in a hospital, somebody in a hospital.
Yeah, chemo.
Yeah,
People
you're
in
right.
chemo can play video games.
I did not think through the coma patient comparison.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah, that was I've gotten lazier. I'm eating healthier.
Okay.
Celebrated a birthday. I had a big week.
I
had a big week. I've been dominating this podcast episode. I've been dominating.
That's what it is.
What happened with you?
What happened to me? I did my annual trip to Vermont.
Yes.
We go to Killington, Vermont.
Yes.
And here's the thing. We're starting to get a little too old for trips with 8 guys.
Yeah.
We're starting to get to the age where we're getting a little too old.
I would say, if you've been honest, you're already a year past it. You're well into a year past the acceptable. I think 25. You're 27, right?
27.
I think 25 is like, it's a good age to finish it off. 26 is good. 8 dudes.
It's 8 dudes. How many beds? 5.
24. I'm going down to 24. The more you tell the story, the lower my age is going to be. That this is acceptable.
Well, we all meet up at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4 and 4 in 2 cars. I get into one car. They closed one of the back seats to allow the skis and the snowboard. So now I got to sit in the middle of the back, which has no back support.
Sure.
No back support at all. I'm a fairly fit guy. I can't sit with no back support for 6 hours.
You're driving from out of Fidei?
From Long Island to Vermont.
Whoa. No, you're going to the house, right? You're not.
The house is in Vermont.
No. I'm just saying, like, you weren't driving right up to the slopes to hit it.
Yeah, the house, they have a little ski trail to the slope.
Oh, right.
So essentially, we're driving to the mountain.
Right.
Very uncomfortable trip. Can I tell you that? Very uncomfortable trip. One thing I do like, though, the stop at McDonald's. Taylor, I love a stop at a McDonald's on a road trip. And here's the thing about McDonald's. I've done a lot of research into McDonald's. I've gone there a lot of times. I'm 27 years old. I've gone there no less than 10 million times, Taylor. I've gone to McDonald's.
Wow.
10 million.
Yeah.
This is what I've noticed
Okay.
from McDonald's. There is a indirect correlation between the safety of a neighborhood and the tastiness of the McDonald's. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you release a pheromone when you feel endangered that enlightens a McChicken.
I think you're dead on. I think that was a one-take Drake of your theory. That was brilliant.
There's something going on. We stop in, what was it? Was it Hartford, Connecticut?
Okay.
Is it Hartford? Bridgeport, Connecticut, Taylor.
Is that on the H trail, the heroin trail? Is it just decimated?
No, so to give you some reference, I'm not going to say what types of people lived in that neighborhood of Bridgeport, Connecticut, but to give you some reference, across the street was a 2-story barber shop. Why in the world would you need a 2-story barber shop? And let me tell you something. Very little hair was being cut. Very little. The amount of people, a good amount.
A good amount.
They had like a bodega.
They weren't doing COVID restrictions in the 2-floor barbershop.
In the 2-floor, which first of all glass. Very odd to see like an all glass. It was like Steve Jobs designed the barbershop, but I don't know how they afford the rent. It made no sense at all there. Yeah. It was like a bodega on the first floor, but also some barber chairs, and then upstairs was like a club/barbershop. I have no idea what the taxes on this building was.
Club barbershop.
And then next to that, a Popeyes. So you get the idea.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Yes, I think I have an idea of what you're talking about.
Let me tell you something. We stood out, and we walked into the McDonald's.
Okay.
And let me tell you what my order at a McDonald's is on a road trip, Taylor.
Yeah,
do you have a second for me to tell you?
I do. To talk about our Lord and Savior, your McDonald's.
Ronald McDonald,
yeah.
Yes. I get a McDouble, a McChicken, a 10-piece nug, medium fry, Barks root beer, and a medium cup.
You're just like that dude who, like, one day a year, just like is the total radical opposite of who they really are.
One weekend a year, it's the Killington trip.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just like, Fat Rich is out to play.
I started this 10 years ago. I weighed 250 pounds, and guess what? Some things don't change. I'm back.
Yeah. When it started, were you mostly a tuber?
No, I didn't skate. I just didn't skate at all.
Yeah, you were only there for the McDonald's pop-in.
And the beer.
Yeah, and the beer. Yeah, I hear that.
So we stopped at the McDonald's. We stood out. I said, "Thank you.
So
delicious."
Sorry. So let me break this down because a wave washed over me of how much you ordered. You ordered a McDouble, a McChicken.
Yes.
How many piece nuggets?
10 piece.
10-piece nuggets, and then a large fry.
Medium fry.
Medium fry, right? Because the calories.
I don't want to get overboard here.
Right, you know.
And they also only give you 2 barbecue sauces for the McChicken, so I try to save a barbecue sauce for the fry. But sometimes a large fry, you don't have enough barbecue sauce.
Truly, the most conservative industry or the most conservative exchange that you could possibly have is the barbecue samples at McDonald's.
It's insane.
I do not know where the shortage has been for 30 years of barbecue packets, but it is one. You need a lawyer present in order to get.
They treat it like it's Bitcoin. They're like, there's only a limited supply.
Yeah, and it has always been this way.
Always.
And it's company policy to be like, do not give them. Don't give them an inch. Like if they want more, tell them to fucking order again.
When I worked at McDonald's, I gave you 5 barbecue sauces.
That's what you do.
Fuck them. That's why.
What you do. And I think there's not enough people like you at McDonald's.
You want to know what? I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm just saying, 9/11. Few years later, I worked at McDonald's. That's all I'm saying.
You're saying because of 9/11, you gave people more
I'm just saying,
barbecue?
am I equivalent to a 9/11 responder?
Oh, because within a year span, you worked
Within a 7-year span?
Wow.
Just saying. 8-year?
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So we stopped at McDonald's. Delicious McDonald's.
Sure.
On the trip.
What was do you get a top tier or is it all just, it combines into one thing? It's just the meal. Were you saying like is the McDouble better?
Well,
with
this
the fries
is
good, fresh fries.
It's like I've said, more danger, tastier McDonald's.
Sure.
Everything was fantastic. Very crispy McChicken. The burger had the correct amount of pickles to onion ratio. Very important in a McDouble. The 10-piece nuggets, crispy, fresh, dunked very well into the barbecue sauce. The fries, very fresh, lightly salted, which I like. People like too much salt on a McDonald's fry. That's incorrect.
I don't care for it.
You need a lightly salted McDonald's fry.
It's more about the crunch for me.
Exactly. So overall, fantastic experience. If we stopped in like Greenwich, Connecticut, shit McDonald's.
Yeah.
You got to go into the danger, baby.
Yeah.
Stopped at the McDonald's. We continue our trip. We get to Killington, Vermont. Taylor.
Yeah.
We get to Killington, Vermont. First of all, I had a friend who messaged us about a week before the trip and said, I'm not going to drink this trip.
Sick.
I'm not going to drink.
That's good. That's
We
a
said,
good start.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no problem. Day before the trip, he goes, I decided I'm going to drink on the trip. I'm only going to have a couple. And I said, I hear you, bud.
Sure. That's it. That's definitely realistic.
We walk into the condo. He's a 12-pack deep of spiked seltzers. The kid came out to play. That set the tone for the weekend.
Yeah.
First of all, and what also about this trip, which we're getting too old, 5 beds, 8 guys.
Yeah.
I slept on couch cushions laid out on the floor with a pillow.
Right.
I mean, I make a good salary.
Yeah.
I used to count the bodies in nursing homes for Andrew Cuomo.
Until you were laid off.
Until I was laid off. It happened to be right at the trip.
Right. You were furloughed. Yeah.
No, it seems like I'm not getting the position.
Yeah, right.
It seems like the position has been
no
terminated.
longer available.
It is no longer needed.
Right.
So I don't usually have back problems. I usually don't have neck problems. I was a little sore.
Sure.
I was a little sore.
And then moving directly into doing physical activity for 9 hours.
Friday, most of us worked. Some of us went skiing. Conditions on Friday, I believe they got 25 inches of snow the week before, 30 degrees. Taylor, beautiful conditions.
Do you have the one friend or all of you the friend who like has the stupid amount of information about what the conditions are?
Yeah, so the guy who owns the condo, Matt Steinberg, shout out Matt Steinberg. He listens.
Shout out.
Dedicated listener.
Shout out.
Shout out Matt Steinberg. He's a guy who will update us and be like, they got fucking 14 inches in the past 3 days. Everything's looking good.
I love people. It's the same people who have like minute to minute updates on like sports teams training camps. Like not the season hasn't even started,
right.
And they're just like they're like, oh, he did good in practice today, and it's like, okay, all right. That's good. I guess that's good information, but
Right.
I also don't think I need that information.
I just want to know if there's ice or not.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing
Is
I
it
care
grass
about.
or
Tell
is
me
it
if there's ice.
Is it grass?
I'd
patches?
rather the grass.
Yeah, I'd
rather grass than ice.
So that you don't have to do it at all.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, you
That would
could
be
just-
fantastic.
You could just eat your McDonald's and fucking drink your beer in peace.
Oh
in
my
the
God,
cold-
there was a McDonald's in Killington. Fucking forget the mountain, baby. We got the Golden Arches.
Well, hey, did you do your bar crawl? Did you do your?
Well, I'm gonna get to that, you chooch.
Unbelievable.
So Friday night, we're supposed to do. Every year, we get dinner at a place called Charities, Taylor.
Charity.
Charities of Killington.
Sounds strip clubby.
It does sound strip clubby, actually.
Very.
It's actually the worst restaurant in the continental United States. I don't know if people know this.
Because it's also a strip club.
Because it's either they don't know what they're serving or they just don't care
Right.
about
A
the
lot of-
quality of it.
A lot of Maxines in the wait staff.
You know it, sister. A lot of them. And we go there every year. We usually get poutine, ribs,
Yeah.
and a large pretzel because it's all just utter horror. It's like we
Wait,
go
wait,
there
wait, wait,
because
wait.
the
Each
food
of
is
you?
so
Each
bad.
of you, or you split
Yeah,
that?
we do a sample. You get like
if
a
I
2
get this, will
poutine.
you have some?
You do a 2-3 poutine, 1-2 pretzel, a few ribs. We just have a time. We have a time, but the whole joke is this food fucking sucks.
Right. As you're wolfing
That's
it down.
why we go. Right. So this year it happened to be 0 degrees the night we were supposed to go to Charities.
Okay.
So what we did was we ordered from a place called Sushi Yoshi. Sushi on the top of a mountain in Vermont.
I mean, you can't.
And let me tell you something.
Brilliant.
Pretty good.
It's on top of a mountain. It has to be good.
Let me tell you where there isn't sushi grade fish.
Yeah.
On the top of a mountain in Vermont.
Yes, but at the same time, as a business owner, if you were to pitch your idea to investors and go, I want to open a sushi restaurant, they're like, oh, great. Do you find something nearby? And they're like, yeah, it's on top of a mountain.
Well, there's 2 locations. There's one in Lake George and there's one in Killington, Vermont. How do I know this? My college roommate lived in Lake George, worked at Sushi Yoshi during college.
Yeah.
When they opened the Killington one, they asked him to train the staff at the Killington location. He came over one night to drink. He drank too many of our beers. We don't talk to him anymore is what it is.
There you go.
But
you don't talk to him because he drank too many of your beers, or did he go crazy?
oh no, he's also
go
just
off?
and overall he was a pretty bad person.
Got it.
But that was one incident. Now,
You could have said you Googled it.
but that's not the truth. This is a truth pod. We're telling the truth.
I just like how you're like, ask me how I know that. I'm like, I don't.
This is a truth pod.
Yeah.
I only tell the truth. Very good with sushi. Also, it's one of those places, it's Sushi Yoshi, that serves Japanese, Thai, and Chinese food.
That's fun. I like a good ass fuss.
Yeah. Because it's just white people are like, this is all the same.
Yeah.
Just give it whatever. You know?
Yeah. Give us the option. What?
Hey, if you go to a sushi place, I want only Japanese food. I only want Chinese. I only
but at
want
the same
Thai.
time, if I'm in Vermont and I see a restaurant on top of a mountain, I don't think I'm necessarily going to go into it with this better be authentic Japanese food.
Wait, what there essentially is an Asian diner. Like,
Sure.
we have all the Asian.
And I'm just saying that's a great
I just don't
strategy.
think the sushi was very good. The General Tso's didn't look very good. The pad thai didn't look very good, and that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? It's going to sound like I'm being offensive towards Chinese culture, which I'm not. In any
Which
way.
we might be if you
Which
made
I'm
the
not.
virus.
Unbelievable.
Which you might have.
Unbelievable. But I will say that in an Asian fusion type setting, I generally pivot away from the Chinese food for some reason.
It's because Chinese food is trash food.
But it's trash food that you can fuck it up very easily. You can do a bad job with it very easily.
Yeah, because it's probably raccoon meat or fucking pigeon meat. Very rare. I'm not expecting this. When I order Chinese food, I am signing that this might not be what I ordered.
Right.
This might not be chicken.
Yeah, which is
And I'm okay with that.
sure.
I signed up for this.
Yeah, but like when you have like pad thai, I'm
This
just
is
saying
right.
it's harder to screw up pad thai. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Like you
Sushi Yoshi.
Sushi Yoshi had bad pad thai.
Not great.
They had bad tie.
They had bad tie.
They had bad tie.
So we did the Sushi Yoshi. Wake up the next day, Taylor. I'm supposed to go skiing Saturday. What are the conditions? -6.
On an iced mountain?
It was actually good conditions.
Oh.
The problem is it was just too cold. I got a brain freeze.
Yeah. Existing outside.
And it just, I went on the mountain for 4 hours. I called it a day. First of all, I hate ski people. I hate people that are into skiing. I hate the ski culture.
Yeah, ski culture is very stupid.
I don't like it. I'm waiting on a line. We're waiting on a lift line, Taylor, to get onto the lift. There's a kid, 9, 10, I'm going to say.
Yep.
His dad says, "You having fun?" And the kid looks at his dad and goes, "Yeah, the accommodations are much better this year."
Oh, no.
You are 9 years old. How do you know the word accommodation?
Yeah, do you feel like you're being adequately accommodated?
How do you? Where have you been to measure the accommodations to this?
But I also like how it's implied that last year he also knew the word accommodations. So an 8-year-old knew the word accommodations to the point where the following year he could go, the accommodations this year are much better than the accommodations that I noticed last year. This is an ongoing thing with him.
This kid is either a future WASP or a future gay. The only two people that use accommodation.
Hotels?
At 9
People
years
who
old?
work at hotels?
No, at 9 years old? What other 9-year-old uses the word accommodation between a closeted gay 9-year-old or a future WASP? I don't know any.
If you're a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, can't you also be a child?
But that's what I'm saying.
But, okay.
So he's either
Currently
in the
a
WASP
WASP. Yeah,
culture
currently a WASP.
or a closeted gay. Really couldn't get a feel. Really couldn't get a feel on the kid.
Or parents work in the hotel industry.
Let me tell you something. If you could afford Killington, or they own the mountain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, we have to... Why is skiing a thing? Why is skiing a thing? It started because people had to get down a mountain when it snowed in a quicker amount of time.
Right.
Somehow we've transformed it into, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put a Jamaican restaurant on the mountain, and also our kids are going to fly down the mountain.
Yes.
Let's see how these things go.
Yeah.
And let's charge people $200 each to do it.
Yeah, I mean, truly the elevator pitch of skiing is, do you want to be hot and cold at the same time for 9 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to be sweaty and freezing at the exact same time? Boy, do I have the sport for you. Welcome to... It's like, it's the same with ice skating. It's the same with like hockey. Like, you get so sweaty, but no, you don't get that
indoor.
cold.
Well, it could be outdoors.
Could be outdoors.
Outdoor hockey.
Shout out Canada.
Shout out Canada. They're essentially like, listen, have you ever wanted to fly down a mountain as fast as you wanted and also be sick the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, and also have Jamaican food.
Have you ever wanted to be sick for 2 weeks but have a good curry goat sandwich? Boy, do I have the place for you. Killington, Vermont.
That's so funny.
And then, so I left early because I said, fuck this. I don't need this. I don't need this. It's too cold.
You're too good. You're too good for
I'm
it.
too good for this,
Right.
all right? I like a warm environment.
Do they still do that stupid thing where they give you the plastic tag with the barcode and then they have to scan it every time you
They
get
give you a little card. You have to scan the card when you go through. So I went back to the house, took a nap.
Sure.
We wake up, start of the Beer Olympics, Taylor.
Gotta do it.
Start of the Beer Olympics. I'm running 3 years. I'm 3 years strong when
Gold
the Beer
medalist?
Fest. Since we've started Beer Fest, this is the 4th year of the Beer Fest. I've won the Beer Fest.
Whoa.
The Gay Dads.
Right.
That's my team.
the K-Tats.
The Gay Dads.
The GDs.
No, the Gay Dads. We don't go by
Okay,
GDs.
sure.
And then there was another team. I was told not to say the other team's name, Taylor. I was told not to say the other team's name.
I think the fact that there's a pause here or that you have to address it means that you probably should say the name of the team.
I was told not to say the name of the team, and let this be Happy Hour first. The first time a Jew has censored me.
Oh. All right.
Well, let the record show this will be the first. Okay. Yeah, and we're back.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, well, we're just not gonna address it.
we had to address it.
We have to address it.
The SD card said it was full, so we had to just delete it, and now it's gonna be a little weird sounding.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a little choppy.
It is. Yeah.
What did I say? Oh yeah, it's the first time a Jew censored me. So Happel Hour, big milestone.
Right.
Big milestone for the Happel Hour.
Career bump.
This is a big career bump for Jews starting to censor.
Right.
And then we lost Beer Olympics. I'm not happy about it.
Whoa.
I just couldn't hit a cup
Wow.
in the pong games. Some of us couldn't flip cups. I'm not going to say names, but it's what it is. And you know what? We're going to have to practice this year. But I'm also proud that I couldn't hit a cup.
Because it shows your maturity.
It shows that I'm maturing. Not only do I not really drink, I don't really drink. I definitely don't drink that much beer. When's the last time I touched a ping pong ball? A year ago.
Yeah.
I don't shoot ping pong balls on the reg.
Yeah, I think the people who are doing the best at it in quarantine
That's a problem.
Need to take a look at
when you're
themselves.
27, 28 years old and you're hitting cups left and right. I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I am concerned.
Yeah, like you've been secretly going to college parties as a 27-year-old.
In quarantine. You're like, I had to...
On top of it being weird, being a 27-year-old showing up to like a 20-something party, like college party that you don't attend, also in quarantine. It just adds that extra layer of like...
Listen, you go once, okay, that's fun. If you're hitting cups left and right, you have to be going to college parties often.
Yes.
So I was actually proud of myself. I'm not happy we lost. We'll get them next year.
Yeah, you guys
we will get them next year.
Bunch of cup cucks.
Well, I definitely was. Well, I wasn't a cuck. Well, yeah, I guess I was watching people hit cups. So yeah, I was a cup cuck. Not happy about it. And then just watched a lot of Are You the One? Great show if you haven't watched. And lost some money on football.
Is that the one where it's 16 people and then they're just like, let's all make out and then kind of play a game and then let's get really drunk and angry and break shit?
Yeah, well, you kind of just said every reality show. You kind of just summarized everything there. But yes, that's the idea. 10 girls, 10 guys in a house. You have to find your perfect match.
What's the one where they're all hot and then can't have sex with each other?
Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
Not great.
Don't
great. Rush to watch Too Hot to Handle.
It should have been like a 1 hour special. The fact that they spread it out into what was clearly like 3 days of shooting spanned out into like 6. Like they were like, oh yeah, it's like day and night, and it's like, no, it looks like it's this. Everybody's wearing the same clothes. Like,
well, also these people are cartoon characters, and they do wear the same clothes.
They were goofishly cartoonish.
So that's that was the trip right there. I'm over the big trips, and they were like, we're gonna do this trip forever, and I said, don't say we.
Yeah, don't say we. We is the royal we.
I'm going to need a fucking bed next time or else I'm not doing this shit anymore. I make a salary.
I think that's the pinnacle of knowing that you're an adult is when you have the confidence to go, I will not be sleeping on a couch. If we are traveling, I would like a bedroom.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry for having those standards.
Yeah, that's like the most bare minimum thing that an adult does is they go, I cannot do the couch unless it's like somebody is sick and needs to use my room and I need to use a couch or whatever. If we're going somewhere with a group of people, I'm just bare minimum. I need a bed with a door. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Also, another thing about Killington, and maybe I think, we're kind of at the end here. Here's the problem with Killington. It's a very small town, Taylor.
Sure.
There's not a lot of places to get food.
Small town, big mountain.
Small town, big mountain.
That's the tagline.
That's the tagline. Small town, big mountain.
Yeah. Shitty McDonald's.
Well, no McDonald's.
No McDonald's. Whoa.
And there's no places to really just grab a sandwich. There's one place.
Not enough bodegas in Killington.
There used to be 2 places. Handled the traffic for the Killington crowd.
Sure.
That one place closed. Fat Italian, R.I.P. Fat Italian.
Great name.
Great name. Little offensive to the Italian culture, and I don't really appreciate it, even though I'm not Italian. I don't appreciate cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
but it's
you're definitely not somebody
is.
who's taking side swipes at the Italians in any capacity.
No, I'll call them whatever I want, but I don't own a restaurant with a sign that says Fat Italian.
Right.
That's what it is. I'm just a not successful podcaster.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a supermarket there that has a deli. That is now the sandwich place for the town.
You know, I always doubt, even though it's clearly the freshest cut meats from a deli. It's just right there, and they'll cut it up for you. For some reason, I always take it as like a stale sandwich. I do not know where that comes from.
Yeah, the place has very good sandwiches. Let me not say it has bad sandwiches. It has very good sandwiches. The problem is they can only make one sandwich at a time. So when we ordered 8 sandwiches, the girl looked at us and said, I have to call in backup. And I said, excuse me? Is this a police scene? Is this a crime scene that you have to call in backup? Who? There's 2 types of people on call, apparently. Doctors and the guy who makes sandwiches in Killington. They're the 2 people on call.
Right.
He's like, I haven't slept in 36 hours, just in case someone needs a roast beef and cheddar.
It's the textbook, like leaving New York and being like, oh, this is service outside of New York.
I can't do it.
Fuck.
I can't do it.
We did a sandwich thing we ordered sandwiches in Vermont as well. Relatable. This is relatable.
Oh, all right.
And it took them twice as long to get it done. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do the fucking... I understand that, like, the gap time, like, you're not inundated with a shit ton of orders.
Right.
But it's just like, just give me the fucking sandwich.
It's easy.
You know? I don't know if I think it's just higher standards for what you've seen, what people can do if they're working New York minutes of fucking, here's your sandwich. Get out of here. I'd rather that than somebody be like, you want to hang out?
Right.
Here's your sandwich.
I'm not trying to have a conversation and have a sandwich. I'm trying to have a sandwich. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me tell you how my day was. No.
I'm not interested in your day. You know what I'm interested in? The turkey, pepperoni, and mozzarella.
Yeah. Yes. Turkey, pepperoni, and mozzarella.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
There you go. Put a little balsamic dressing on it. You call it a fucking day.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you just call it the rich? Do you have is there like a term?
I call it don't talk to me and just make the sandwich.
Just make the fucking sandwich.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Enough. That's what I call it.
Turkey,
enough.
Pepperoni, and mozzarella.
Or I do turkey,
do you do
ham,
like
spicy brown
lettuce,
must.
tomato, onion?
I'll do a lettuce, onion. I'm not a big tomato on a sandwich guy.
What a weird sandwich. And with a little balsamic?
Fuck with the kid.
Sure.
Or Italian dressing. I will also do with it.
What's the difference?
Balsamic versus Italian dressing?
Yeah.
Gigantic difference.
Isn't there vinegar in...
yeah, there's vinegar in both. There's vinegar in mustard. There's vinegar in red wine vinaigrette.
The mustard taste is what you taste. You're not tasting mustard.
Listen.
It's more oil. You're just saying Italian dressing is a little more oily than it is vinegar.
I guess. I don't know. Call us in if you're an
Italian
dressing expert.
Yeah.
I would say so, but I don't know. I'm
you
not an
certainly
expert.
sound like you're the expert.
It has spices in it that are different than a balsamic. It's a completely different experience.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Enough of this. All right. At least we got this fucking SD card working.
Yeah.
By the way, if your SD card's full, you have to empty your trash.
There you go.
Before you put it back into this.
Little tech tip.
Into the Zoom here. All right, Jews.
Okay. Bye.
Next week,